Hello and welcome. My name is Thomas, and in this tutorial video I'll be talking a little bit more about the different ways in which we can take payment. Now this is something that I have covered in the introduction video very briefly, so in this one I'll just be going into a little bit more detail. So I've just selected a bunch of items and put them into this transaction here. So once the customer is ready to pay, we can proceed to the payment screen by pressing the enter button. Now, the payment screen that we're looking at right now is the default version that just comes in the retail version of Cashcow. However, there is a version that's quite a bit different for large cafes or restaurants, where there is a lot more focus on split payments and basically catering to whatever payment scenario the customer has come up with. So I'll be covering that in a separate video. For now, I'll just focus on the retail version here. Okay. So the simplest way in which we can take payment is again with the if the FPOS terminal is interfaced or connected to the computer, then we can simply double click on the FPOS payment method and push the enter button, and well, that's basically it as far as we're concerned. The rest will be taken care of for you automatically by the system. Now, however, if the customer is also wanting some cash out, then we would actually do the same thing. So we would double tap on the FPOS method. And whenever we double click on a payment method on the screen, what it actually does is it grabs the outstanding amount from this column here and transfers it up here. So in this case, let's say the customer is wanting to pay by FPOS and they also want some cash out. So if they want some cash out, we just select the cash out method here and then use the number pad to type in how much cash they require. So let's say $15. And again, push the enter button, and that's it. So I'll just add back in some more items now, and then go back to the payment screen. Now, if the customer is paying the exact amount in cash, then we can again simply double tap on the FPOS payment method, the cash payment method, and this will transfer the outstanding amount from down here to up here. So I can finalize the sale by pushing the enter button. However, it's not really likely that the customer will give you exact change. So I can actually clear this by pushing the clear button because I've made a mistake and I don't want that there. You can actually do that for every field here. So if the customer changes their mind, they say, I want to pay by FPOS, but then they go, no, I want to pay by cash instead. Just go clear to get rid of that screen. Also from this screen, we can actually go back and modify the items in the transaction simply by clicking on anywhere in this white space here on the grid view. So by clicking on the grid view, it will actually take me back to the screen and I can add in or modify the items in the transaction. So if the customer is not giving you exact change, so in this case the transaction has come to $35.70. So let's say that in this case the customer has given you $40 cash. Now you can actually use the number pad here to type in $40 and then push the enter button. What you can also do is use the quick cash buttons down here on the right hand side. Now these buttons are basically shortcuts so that instead of having to use the number pad to type in the amount of cash, instead we simply click on these buttons here. So you can use these buttons as many times as you want. So for example, if for whatever reason the customer is paying in $5 notes, you can just push the $5 button a bunch of times. So you can see here that the paid amount has actually changed to 20 because I've pushed the $5 button 4 times, and the outstanding amount is now $15.70. So let's say that the customer has given you a bunch of $5 notes, and then he's also given you a $20 note. So instead of having to add up the cash that the customer is giving us and then using the number pad to enter it in, you simply click on the corresponding buttons on the right hand side of the screen. And then of course at the end of the transaction the change will be displayed and you will be taken back to the sales screen here. I'll just add in a bunch more items now and then go back to the payment screen. What we are also really easily able to do is, for example, if the customer says, here I want to pay $10 cash and then I want to put the rest on FPOS. So in this case, again, we can use the number pad to type in $10 there and then go down to the FPOS. or we are simply able to use, I'll just get rid of this now, or we are simply able to use the quick cache buttons. Now you can actually see that as I'm jumping over these fields here and doing different things, just keep your eye on the paid and outstanding amounts. Now these will change depending on what you put in. So let's say if I put in $10 there, and then the rest on FPOS, we'll see that these two amounts actually change as soon as I make a change. So again, I'll just get rid of this and come back here. Now, so for example, if the customer is wanting to pay $10 cash and the rest on FPOS, the easiest way is to just go $10 using the quick cash button. And as soon as I push this, I'm telling the system that the customer has given me $10, which you can see here in the paid row. And the outstanding amount that the still needs to be paid is $12.20. So in this case, I would just double tap on the FPOS payment method, and this will grab the outstanding amount and put it up here, and then we can push the enter button to proceed with the transaction.